Spiniform stalagmite crystals are being imported at last, which means two things. One, I would like to return to processor production and crank that up to infinity if I can. Two, it's black hole time. Hello, Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Dyson Sphere Program in our Alpha Andromedae series. So, I have a couple of administrative notes to bring up. First of all, if you're watching this in the live audience, sorry if this, or no, not sorry if, this episode is definitely late. It's 12:12 p.m. right now. This episode was supposed to come out 12 minutes ago. I just updated, you might have seen my post in the community tab. If you didn't, I just updated my audio editing software this morning, and I just fell down the rabbit hole, as I am wont to do whenever I get to play around with new things that make commentary sound better. And it wasn't that I made a ton of changes, but I was just able to refine my existing approach. All right, this is one thing I wanted to look at real quick. Oh, we are not stopped on research because we are short on quantum chips. We are stopped on research because we're short on graviton lenses. Why is that? Hold that thought. Well, no, there's not much of a thought to hold. So I apologize for the episode being late. I'd like to get these out on time. And if you're wondering why this one was late, that's why. If you missed the message on the community tab. Speaking of which, check the community tab. I usually post good announcements there. And there'll be stuff on the Discord as well, similar to the kind of announcements that go on the community tab once the Discord is live. So that's the first administrative note. Let me see what's going on here. You guys are falling behind because... Oh... You know what? I remember noticing this and not doing a lot about it. Yeah. Yep. We have an iron ingot shortage, and we have a solution. Okay. Hold on. Alright. 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 This is faster and easier than I expected. I don't know how I didn't notice this sooner, but we're completely fine. Okay, it might be a little tougher here. Why are you here? Do I need you here for anything? I don't think I do. Yep, bye-bye. Okay, so... Let's see, if we output iron here... No, we don't want to output it, we want to input it. So... There we go. Well, that was beautiful. Okay. So, administrative notes. First one, sorry about the episode being late. Second of all, Dyson Sphere Legion. We need to talk. You're not in trouble. It's fine. I don't want you to feel like you're being chastised, or berated, or admonished for leaving helpful comments and pointing out things that I might not know. Because in the case of this series especially, you've been incredibly helpful. There is, however, a guideline. It's the third guideline that you accept when you participate in the comments section, which is that instructive comments, e.g. backseating, should be kept to a minimum. And for the most part, like hugely for the most part, the Dyson Sphere Legion has been really good about this. And again, for this game in particular, I actually appreciate the tips when there are things that I clearly don't know. But this, honestly, like, I'm serious when I say I don't want you to feel admonished, because this is kind of funny to me. So I find this funny. I'm coming at this from a point of good humor, okay? I've gotten a couple of comments, not a huge number of comments, just a handful of comments over the last couple of days about how you can... Apparently, in these new miners, you can have, because of the way that they can be set up to supply or demand, you can set these up so that your logistics drones come and pick up these resources, which at some point in the series, kind of like I've done with logistics bots, I will almost certainly do. But I just want to make sure that everyone understands something. This is not only about Dyson Sphere Program, but about the channel. Because I really do appreciate everyone coming along for the ride on this series and leaving their advice, and I would never want to discourage you from leaving advice. But there's something that maybe not everyone quite has picked up on, which is that I like spaghetti. I'm not talking about eating spaghetti. Spaghetti is delicious. I like pasta. I was raised on Italian food. That's beside the point. This... I like this. It's fun. It's part of the game for me. It's the puzzle of the game for me. It's the excitement of figuring out how to route things. Does it get messy from time to time? Is it unnecessary? Yes, and yes. But it's fun. So, I don't want the suggestions to stop, because the suggestions, excuse me, are super handy. And again, you've been very helpful, but I just want to make sure everyone understands. The belts are not going to go away. We're not moving towards some place in this series or in future Dyson Sphere series where I transport everything as efficiently as possible at every time imaginable. That's never going to happen. So I think maybe a couple of people, I don't have any names in mind in particular, I really don't, but I think a couple of people might have needed to hear that a little bit. Because I want you to enjoy the ride. And I want you to feel like you can come here and chill and leave suggestions when necessary, but I don't want you to feel like something is going to happen that's not going to happen. I'm always going to have spaghetti, because for me, figuring out spaghetti lanes is part of the fun. And occasionally, figuring out ways to make the spaghetti more efficient is fun, but deleting the spaghetti is not on the list of things that I generally like to do. Okay? Okay. Good talk. Let's go figure out our processor situation. And I should have all the things I need on board to deal with it. Well, actually, no, hang on. Before I leave, let me make sure that I completely resolved that situation with the metal. Hard landing, my bad. Oh, man. Can you tell, like, how freaking giddy I am from getting that upgrade done? Like, and feeling like I have a little bit more control over certain aspects of my audio? Like, it just makes me happy. Okay. Wait a minute. Why are you... Oh, there's a diamond shortage? Where am I producing diamond? Zeta RA. Alright. We will do processors second, diamond first, black hole third. Alright, there's Zeta RA right there. Let's go. We're probably producing... Yeah. We're consuming everything that we're producing, which means we can afford to do more with our Kimberlite. Besides, I think I do need to put in some advanced mines at Zeta RA for the diamond. So it's time to visit and get that done anyway. Which planet is it specifically? Zeta RA3? Okie doke. Anyway, I would never apologize for defending my gameplay and my choice of just my thematic decisions, like the things that motivate me, the things that I enjoy about this game. I would never apologize for enjoying the game the way that I do, but I certainly hope also that I was understood correctly. I don't want to make anyone feel like suggestions are not welcome. Suggestions are welcome. They're a huge part of what makes interacting with the community fun, but there is that third guideline, and it's there for a reason, and I think there's a healthy balance between, you know, leaving suggestions, and there's also... Oops, hold on. I think it's also something that, and this goes beyond Dyson Sphere Program, and this definitely should not feel like an admonishment because it's not directed at one particular audience or one particular channel. This is true everywhere. When you're interacting with people that are content creators, that are the center of attention in some way on social media, it's generally healthy to remember that they are getting comments on a number of different platforms, in a number of different places, all at once. So, what this leads to, and this is not coming from any particular academic source. This is something that this is a term that I coined myself. I call this the one-way auditorium effect, or the one-way amphitheater effect. So think of a one-way mirror. Nice. You know what a one-way mirror is, right? A one-way mirror is what you use when you're interrogating someone. And you want to be able to observe. We're good on fire ice, by the way. You want to be able to observe what's going on in the room, but you don't want the person being interrogated to know that they're being observed, or to notice, at least, that you don't want them actively thinking about the fact, oh, hello. You don't want them actively thinking about the fact that they're being observed. So you use a one-way mirror. And a one-way mirror is just a way to be able to look into the room and watch the person. But if the person looks through the same space, the same mirror, all they see is a reflection of themselves. So you have a different experience depending on what side of the mirror you're on. You starting to pick up what I'm putting down? So when you are the content creator on YouTube, you are at the center of the presentation. You can see everyone that's watching, and you can definitely see all of their interactions. So imagine being in a physical amphitheater, right? Imagine being in a space where you're interacting with someone in this way. And maybe you're sitting in a space with 500 other people. Just imagine you're sitting in a space with 500 other people, and someone's giving a presentation, or they're playing a game, whatever. They're doing something that all of you want to sit there and watch and listen to. Someone raises their hand because they have a question or they have a suggestion, whatever it may be. You, in a real amphitheater, in a real auditorium, you see that person raise their hand. Right? Right. You see that happen. Nice. So I do have a silicon export source. And it's being rapidly exported, but we need to do more with our diamond here. And honestly, I probably just need to flip this path. Anyway, as I was saying, all right, got it. As I was saying, you're able to see everyone that raises their hand. You're able to hear every question. You're able to see every interaction. And that probably has some influence on what you would choose to say. Or what questions you would choose to ask, what suggestions you would choose to leave. Because you're able to experience not just the presentation itself, but every other interaction in real time. It's a shared experience. In online content creation, that is not the case. You have what is called the one-way auditorium or one-way amphitheater effect. And what that means is that you don't get to see every other interaction with me. You don't realize that the question you're asking or that the suggestion you're leaving has been left by 10 other people in the last 10 minutes. Now, that's an exaggeration, of course. It's not ever that bad unless you're a huge creator. And honestly, by the time you're that huge of a creator, you probably, this is really important to think about, and this is why I'm talking about it. It's not about admonishing anyone. I think it's something that genuinely is important to bring up for the mental health of creators everywhere, just for the well-being of creators everywhere, and for the well-being and just the healthy attitudes of audience members. This is why big creators, generally speaking, read their comments less. It's sad, isn't it? When you realize that, like, oh yeah, because they're getting, it's not just that it's the internet and people are rude unnecessarily. It's that they see so much of the same stuff over and over. And what begins to happen is even benign suggestions that are just meant to be helpful start to lose their value because it becomes irritating in a very human, relatable way. It becomes irritating to see the same comment over and over and over again, even if it's a helpful comment. So, again, not about admonishing anyone, not because there's 1 or 2 or 3 individuals whose names I specifically remember because I'm frustrated with them. I'm not. I'm frustrated with exactly 0 of you. You've been fantastic, and I really appreciate your support as I've been recording the series. But I thought it was a good time for me to note that, not just because I like my spaghetti, but because it's something that flies under the radar of a lot of people's experience. So I hope those examples are helpful. And I hope that imagery is helpful. That should solve our diamond problem. Oh wait, hang on. What's the problem here? Did I not connect this properly? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Did I really do that? Oops. Alright, hold on. I was like, that should solve our diamond problem. Wait, I'm too busy saying things. Alright, hold on. Easily solved. Whoa! Hold on. Hold that thought. No, I don't want to dismantle the logistics station. Rude. Do I have diamond on me? No, I don't. Hang on. I've got to find a space to put all this stuff. Well, here's one thing I can do. Perfect. Alright, so now I can start emptying this again. I didn't realize I'd mix those belts up, but this really should make a dramatic difference. We'll see how it goes. But it seems like we might still have some kimberlite at the very front. Yeah, we do. I can see it. One more littered somewhere. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Come on, give it to me. There we go. Found it. Alright, now, where are you? I was able to select it so easily the first time, and now it's fighting me a little. So what I'll have to do is this. There we go. Problem solved. Boom. Alright, now we're actually inputting diamond, and we should be able to send a lot more diamond off-world. Okay. That being done, let's move on to our next order of business. A very important order of business, because I am tired of babysitting my processor production. It does seem like research is moving a little bit now, which is good. So processor production, I think, is happening in Leonis Minoris, right? Or is it Kipha Borealis? Or is it in Zeta Array? Oh, it's in Zeta Array. It's on Zeta Array 1. No way. No way. We're already here. All right, cool. And I don't even have to warp. Check that out. Holy crap. All right, so I'm just going to expand this particular production setup because I set it up for expansion. It's ready. All I have to do is add more. So I'm going to either double or triple it. Maybe even triple it. I wouldn't feel bad about tripling it. I just need to make sure I have the power production, which I can do. But I think I'm importing energetic graphite to this planet, aren't I? Shaboom. All right. Yeah, power-wise, I feel like I'm probably going to be okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. One. Yeah, I'm just going to watch the count. 11? I'm so glad I finally noticed the count. I don't know why it took me so long to spot that. This is gonna be obscene. This is gonna be so gross, but worth it at the same time. There's just a... You know what? No. I was about to say there's a certain subsection of people in the comments that are just like foaming at the mouth right now, but no, it's all of you. Like, foaming at the mouth in a good way, because it's like... If that's possible, because this is just so satisfying to see. Alright, let's go ahead and pull these into my inventory so that I have access to them. Put those there. This is a particular soundtrack piece that we haven't gotten to hear too much, and I'm very excited about it. And yeah, I'm gonna rebuild the sorters in just, or the assemblers in just a second. Because I didn't need to do it this way. Can you tell how ready I am to never have a problem? With processors again. Alright, now I'm going to shift click this. Oh no, don't do that. Can I go ahead and go all the way to 22? Okay, it only lets me do 15. Perfect. So, 7. Now, oddly enough, I'm just realizing these are not producing. So part of the problem is that we might not have enough of a basic resource. Which one coming in? It's these. Which is fascinating. Oh, it's because we don't have enough... Really? I would not have thought that. But there it is. You see it, plain as day. So, tell you what, we might have an easy solution for this. Let me go ahead and place down a... splitter. Oh no, that's wrong. I'm gonna have to redo this. I hate this. Yeah, it's one thing about... I've mentioned this in the series before, but that's one thing about the auto-building of the arches that is genuinely quite frustrating. It doesn't work as perfectly as you might expect or want it to. So let's start with this and see how much of a difference that makes. First of all, let's see how that does. All right, that didn't affect power too much yet, but the reason it didn't affect power too much is that some of the production facilities are not running. Alright, so we should start seeing more silicon coming down the line now. Which should lead to more... Yeah. This might actually lead to an eventual shortage of these. I'm gonna have to be here for a moment and babysit this. All right, so I'm definitely seeing an increase in the amount of those coming down the line, which will increase processor production. So yeah, the silicon shortage was creating that issue. And mind you, I also do have silicon being imported here. So one thing I can do... Hold on. I can go ahead and do this right frickin' now. And that's going to be great. We're going to have silicon fed onto the line. I'll keep it raised, like so. Rude. That was not supposed to be there. Now, very importantly, check this out. So now we're combining the input from both the import and the mine up here, which of course this mine is not infinite, so we won't have to worry about when this runs out. Alright, so now that we've spent a little bit of time doing that, let's come down this way and see how things are looking. Definitely seeing a lot more silicon coming all the way down. Still not enough to really keep everything constantly running, so I'm going to just increase that production even more. I don't care. It's fine. We can do it. It's totally doable. Easily expanded. It's almost beautiful how easily expanded it is. So let's just do that. All right, power-wise, how we doing? We're still okay on power, which is surprising. All right, so now we're producing even more silicon going all the way down the line, and that should increase processor production dramatically. Now, will it be enough to fully saturate? Oh, it actually looks like it is. Okay, so now we're producing these at our maximum capacity. So what does that do for processor production? I wonder. Yeah, definitely seeing more. But we probably need to produce more of these. That would be my guess. So what I'm going to do, actually, is we're going to expand these lines a little bit. I'm going to add 2 more of these. Then I'm going to delete these 2. Momentarily. This is just so that I can have more of these being produced. Because these are the resource that, by and large, need to be produced en masse. These are produced more efficiently. Much more efficiently, in fact. Okay, and so now that I've done that, how are we doing on power? Still okay. And I don't think I'm actually importing any... This is not a planet where I'm importing the energetic graphite. I stand corrected. Not doing that here. Alright, really starting to see an uptick in processor production, but I wouldn't mind it continuing to get higher and higher what I really want to see is for this particular resource to flow all the way down to the end of that line. That would be beautiful. But that is a dramatic increase in processor production and will hopefully mean things will smooth out a bit in the coming episodes. But before I leave this episode, I did promise you a black hole, didn't I? I did. And I think I would like to keep my promise. Might involve a long warp from where we are, but let's find it. That's a neutron star. Where's the black hole? There you are. DSR J092830, 15 light years. I should have highlighted it. Hang on, where is it relative to me? It's behind me. Come on. You shouldn't be too hard to spot. Is Zeta RA1 blocking you? No. Where are you? I'm like talking to a ghost in Phasmophobia. Where are you? One of these stars or black holes whispers back, here. I'm going to be like, nope, nope, just kidding, not going to the black hole. Alright, it is currently to my left. Maybe it's not as bright in the sky as I give it credit for. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. That's it right there. Oh my god. Yeah, I would never have found that. Alright, let's go! This is a very important step. So it said that it's about 1 minute and 30 to reach it. 15 light years away. Just a hugely important resource that's going to make our life continually easier. I think one of the things they could add in Dyson Sphere Program, genuinely, I think one of the things they could add is a rare resource that is like, it would be a little bit contrived, but if they had like a naturally occurring processor resource, hear me out, like something that was like super conductive in some way that could stand in for the processor, for example, in the production of quantum chips. That would reduce the burden on processors as it currently exists in the game, I feel like. You know? Alright, so we're now 4 light years away from the black hole and approaching at breakneck pace. Moment of truth. For those of you who've never seen this before, you're in for a treat. Hello, black hole. We're going to enjoy this next moment silently. Oh, I thought the soundtrack was already changing. Okay, just kidding. When the soundtrack starts, might have to wait for this one to finish. Black holes in Dyson Sphere Program have a certain soundtrack, and they're fantastic. Guess I'm flying toward it. Why would you question me? It's honestly mesmerizing every time I do this. All right, first I'm going to fly by the accretion disk because I want you to appreciate how good this looks. All right. Now we're going to enjoy this. That's all we can see of space right now. And that's the black hole. Oh, you can... That's a bit of a bug. You can still see the movement of my ships in the distance. Completely unoccluded. Completely unwarped. Absolutely incredible. The fact that they nailed this effect especially. Alright, let's go visit the planet. First of all, let's do something that's not physically possible. And accelerate away from a black hole. At close range. Now I want you to watch what happens when I pass the black hole. Watch my speed. I'm currently speeding up because it's slingshotting me, but watch. I love this game so much. Look how fast the child planet is moving. The one child planet. It's so tiny. But it's so... And you can even see how fast the night-day cycle moves. Look at the shadow moving across the surface. Look at that. Look at that. Planet's nuts. We've arrived, and there we have it. 2 unipolar magnet veins right in front of me. How much do we have? Almost 6 million unipolar magnet. 12 million iron, which this could be a good source for exporting iron. 34 million, for all intents and purposes, titanium. Let's go stand on top of the pole for the conclusion of the episode. We're approaching the 40-minute mark, so we absolutely have to stop because Dyson Sphere recordings are massive and they take a while to upload. And this episode's late already. It's almost 1. Long Dark is debuting in 9 minutes. Oh my god. Hopefully that was worth the wait. I hope you enjoyed the discussion, pseudo-discussion, because I was the only one talking, but we can talk in the comments if you want. It's an interesting topic that I genuinely think is important to discuss in any context, but I hope it was received well and with open ears. Well, I don't doubt the open ears part, but it's the internet, so even when someone is speaking, there's room for misinterpretation, and again, we can talk that out as needed. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day at noon U.S. Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.